Om Sri Aurobindo Mira is my refuge. Namaste. Good morning. Welcome all of you. Bande Matram. Today the topic of the spiritual discussion is on the cling to the truth. Today the topic of discussion will be on the topic cling to the truth. So couple of bright lines we'll discuss on Sri Aurobindo's writing specially. In the light of Sri Aurobindo's writing, we will try to discuss something in brief on truth and how to cling to the truth. As the mother's message is there, cling to the truth. Couple of messages on truth, that is, these are only touching lines. What mother distributed to us, mother has given to us. Cling to truth, salute the advent of the truth, only truth, finally truth will prevail. Truth, the victory of truth is ultimately certain. So these are the bright and glorious lines as given by mother to the entire humankind and exclusively to the sadhaks who are in the spiritual endeavor. While processing in the evolutionary path towards the supramentalization, truth is the core. Entirely only truth, nothing but truth is the aim of our sadhana. Without truth, nothing really can be done. But exactly what we know truth is only the outward or surface appearance that mind conceives, mind creates. But we know most of the time what is created by mind appears to be false, because sometimes it knows and it is assures, it is ascertain that it is truth. Sometime after some time it contradicts. This is the characteristic of the mental phenomenon, mental or reasoning. So we will go for this. Sometimes also the mental mind has got its limitations. Mind not in a position to reach the apex of the truth. There is a truth, mind consciousness, the mental consciousness can't reach there. So while considering the mental consciousness, the mental hierarchy also comes to the point, like ordinary mind, then spiritual mind, then supramental, super mind, like this is coming. So in which mind, in which appearance we are, what is our consciousness, how far we have been wheeled up, how far we have gone, that is the point to be noted and point to be considered while we are considering taking the topic. Sri Aurobindo tells the bright lines what is truth. In single line, Sri Aurobindo quotes, love of God is truth. That is the glorious, very minutest observation on the part of Sri Aurobindo. Love of God is truth. Human love, it actually falters, fails, it disappoints, but human love is there. So Sri Aurobindo speaks of what is the truth, capital T truth. Love of God is truth. When love of God is truth, there is also another thing, love of truth is divine. So we are interested in finding the divine, to know the definition of the divine, know the appearance, shapes and the truth of the divine. So Sri Aurobindo quotes here, love of truth is divine. So when we are considering and understanding the concept of truth, we can take the example as the four blind men, they were going and observing and commenting on the elephant's shape. Someone went, touched its feet, it felt like a pillar. Something touched its ear and felt it is something like a one plate or one vase. Someone touched his teeth and told it is something like a sword. And someone came and touched its tail and felt it is like a snake. But the thing is that these conceptions are only partial, because the original truth, the truest truth, lies entirely behind. So if we can go, we can reach our mental state, if we can be able to go pass beyond our original this bondage, original limitations, then we will be in a position to know what is the truth. So Sri Aurobindo quotes, many times also on the way we feel, there is also, as if on the hot day we see There are blind waters are on the road. So when we touch the spot, we see there is no water, it is no more, because as per science, as per the principles of optics in physics, it is appearing due to total internal reflection. For this reflection and this light is turning away from the origin, like this the concept is there, known as total internal reflection. Anyway, this is not the truth. Here mind sees this is truth, this is only half truth. But thing is that truest truth is hidden behind us. We are in our surface mind, we won't be able to consider and count them. Sri Aurobindo speaks of truth does not insist on a blind adherence to the spoken word. Truth does not insist on a blind adherence to the spoken word. An intensity of belief does not measure the truth. The belief should be there, it has got its belief, but an intensity of belief is not the measure of the truth. Truth, that is, it has got fathomless depth. It is very difficult to judge by the intensity of belief. Truth lives in that which goes behind and beyond the visible and sensible. Something is there, visible, we can see it. Since with something we can sense, but beyond this visibility and insensibility, behind and beyond, truth lives in that. Truth lives in that which goes behind and beyond the visible and sensible. Don't imagine, Mother Sri Aurobindo speaks in the Mother, don't imagine that truth and falsehood, light and darkness, surrender and selfishness can be allowed to dwell together in the house consecrated to the divine. These duality, opposite poles, light, truth and falsehood, light and darkness, surrender and selfishness. It can't be allowed to dwell in the heart that is consecrated to the divine. The heart that is consecrated, it can't be allowed to possess both these opposite characteristics, both opposite dualities. But in ordinary hearts, there may be a chance you can keep it. But in the consecrated heart, if these dualities, opposites, contraries are staying at a point, then we only are the failures of our own progress and of our own sadhana. Spiritual consequence we must be ready to bear. Then truth is the foundation of spirituality and courage its aim. So your courage its soul. We know only truth, and only truth already we have already defined and already we have discussed. About the spirituality, when we talk of the spirituality, truth is the foundation and courage its soul. Without truth and courage, nothing truly can be done. And this spiritual life starts when we are in contact with the psychic being that is inside us, inside the depth, that is hidden or concealed. It has not come out. The passive inhabitant, permanent inhabitant in the depths behind our heart. Then Sri Aurobindo speaks of here, truth is everywhere and can't be our sole monopoly. We can see truth is in our monopoly, we possess it like this, or it is confined to a specific area there where we are staying. That is not our monopoly, truth is everywhere. Then the infinite truth is greater than its word. Something we are expressing in our words, but infinite truth is not expressed. Infinite truth is greater than its word. Already what we see, what we visibly feel, to infinite truth is far greater. Then comes the one can lead through lesser to greater truth. One can lead through lesser to greater truth, but not through falsehood to the truth. So it has got foundation, it has got its hierarchy. One step, then second step, then third step. Like this hierarchically we have to go. So one can lead through lesser truth to greater truth, not from falsehood to the truth. The truth is nothing, but the truth is our aim. And if we can't embody this truth, then 100 incarnations does not matter. So very beautiful line, very twist of the truth Sri Aurobindo has expressed before us. Sri Aurobindo has quoted us before us. The truth is nothing, but the truth is our aim. Truth, nothing but the truth. The truth, only truth, nothing but the truth is our aim. If we can embody this truth, the original truth, the supreme truth. If we can't be able to embody this supreme truth, 100 incarnations does not matter. These are only failures. So the idea is that the truest advice before us, the truest truth before us is truth, nothing but the truth is our aim. Again, when the concept of truth is coming, there is another term side by the staying beside it, that is falsehood. So we have to know the falsehood, how the falsehood works. All the falsehood is a truth in its making or a truth in its breaking. Very minutest observation, very glorious observation, very twist observation by Sri Aurobindo. Of all falsehood is a truth. All falsehood is a truth in its making or a truth in its breaking. Then it is our misreading of the world through mental egoism that is a falsehood. How this falsehood has been generated has come to the forefront. It is the misreading of the world through mental egoism. When we are reading everything through our mental mind and egoism. Mental egoism when we are reading, that is falsehood. Then with the falsehood, another term comes, that is lie or lying. Sri Aurobindo quotes, cautions us, gives repeated cautions. Sri Aurobindo speaks of, a lie is a lie is a lie, whosoever may speak. Sometimes we feel they are great sadhakas, they are big people, they are near to God, they are blessed people. So their truth is white, their lie is white lie, and whatever we do, that is also actually a black lie. Nothing like this. Lie is a lie, whosoever may speak. Then second definition on lie is very much touching and very much precautioning. No superhuman motive can make a falsehood not a falsehood. No superhuman effort can make a falsehood not a falsehood. Just imagine, before speaking one word on falsehood, 100 times we have to think of, because any of or whatever may be there, no superhuman effort can make a falsehood not a falsehood. Then couple of lines before concluding we'll take from Savitri. Sri Aurobindo speaks of, what we see is truth, but originally that is not the truth. Suffering, darkness, death, agony, these are the things we are seeing, but there is a truth behind it. Sri Aurobindo speaks of, all here is a mystery of contraries. All here, whatever we see, whatever we perceive, whatever we enjoy, whatever we feel, is the mystery of contraries here. All here is a mystery of contraries. Suffering, some secret rapture's tragic mask. We are suffering naturally, it is there. But Sri Aurobindo speaks that behind the suffering, it is a mask, tragic mask, because some secret rapture is there, and it is kept in secret. Darkness, the mystery of the self-hidden light. Darkness is the mystery of the self-hidden light. And death we fear of. Normally we fear of death. Nobody is there in the world who never fears death. Sri Aurobindo speaks of this. Death is natural thing, natural phenomenon. Once jatasya hi dhruvang mrityu, the truth before the entire humankind who has taken birth, a truth, original truth is there. From the age-old story it is written, death jatasya hi dhruvang mrityu. When there is a birth, there is a death. But Sri Aurobindo speaks of, don't be fear of death, don't be afraid of death, because death an instrument of perpetual life. So this the instrument of perpetual, and darkness, suffering, death, it is visible. It seems like truth, but something secret is there kept behind it. So again Sri Aurobindo speaks of here truth. Very beautiful lines. The air was full of treachery and ruse. Truth-speaking was a stratagem, and in that place. Sometimes it is banned, but thing is that truth-speaking is there. When it is treachery, it is there. So finally speaks here, Mother speaks of, love of God is truth, Sri Aurobindo speaks of. Cling to the truth, only truth. Vande Mataram.